indicate what body finally will turn on. So if a head really deep red and body kind of orange-ish red, trust me, once you probably feed them with the color enhancing food, the red will come out, almost like a hair color. That's why if you look at all the koi calendar, all of the big fish, you don't see two colors, you see one. But if you look at baby fish, head is redder than the body. Okay? Why? Because the base color is the most important. If white's no good, rest of the other color not going to show their potential. Kind of like if you paint a picture on the yellow paper or versus paint on the white paper, you can see the difference. The contrast will be different. Right? Now, some fish finish early, just like some kids very small, but when they go bigger, they're kind of in the sun. Right? So, some little kids very cute. When they go without what did you eat? Right? So different. So some fish finish early, but koi show very fair. They have a size under 6 inch, 6 to 9 inch, 9 to 12 inch. So each fish, when they finish, that's the time to go to show. When they're not finished, don't take it to the show. It's a lot of stress. They put in a little bag, they go to a total different environment in the sun with no filter for 2 days. It's beat up. So they're not finished for the show. Why take it to the show? There's no reason. No reason. I saw some people have a 40 fish, 30 fish go to show. And 30 fish come up with one trophy. Why? Why? You want to hit it right? People go to show, usually they bring kohaku, sanki, showa. White fish is a red pattern. White fish is red pattern with black spot, or black fish is red and white. Usually grand champion out of these three varieties. In Old Japan show 51 year history, only these three. Only these three. After 50 some years. Others have this special award for them, right? But for us, we don't really just go to show. We want the people come to pond. I can tell you a bunch of Japanese I know. They call it Japanese because I can name all the fish in Japanese, right? You want to call Kusami show. You want an Oga, you have to go Shibishi. The fish with the blue is a Shusui Asako, right? Brown is Chagoy, different shade of brown, to chocolate brown to ruby brown all the way up. So mixing different colors. Ideally 60% with red. Red makes you happy. Right? So 60% with red and then gold, platinum, brown, blue, different kind of pattern. And a lot of times when I used to have a shop, people come, oh, this is a very nice boat, have a very good price. And then they come to same breeder. Oh, I got two already. Understand. Totally understand. Right? So it's important to balance your pond. Don't overcrowd your pond. That's most people's problem. I can see somebody guilty. The reason is kind of like a tree. For example, this pine tree have 100 branch with 100 roots. That's a perfect balance. When a tree get bigger, now the roots have to go bigger. They're gonna check up your concrete. Fish is the same. In a pond, your filter is not size of a pond; it's the size of your filter. Kind of like a car, the size of your engine to make decide how fast you are. It's not how big the car is. Yeah. So if your filter can handle 100 pounds of waste, so you can feed 200 pounds of food, hoping they produce under 100 pounds of waste. Now that amount of food can feed how many fish? And you decide. Right? So to me, if I go to people's house, say this size of pond, if I say there's a 50 fish, it's the beginning. If I see 30 fish, it's a intermediate. If I see 10 fish, it's extra. Because he found in real life, my filter only can handle this much waste. I want to get my fish the very best food and feed the maximum they can handle. So I need down to 10 fish. So everybody show their perfect potential. Just like I asked. If you send it just to the grammar school field to run to shoot basket, they're not going nowhere. They want to have professionals, give the proper training. Same as the fish, right? Currents are very important. If you don't have a current, just like human, we just find a place to lay down, sit down, do whatever. When the current, they have to constantly fight that current. What they do, make the tail joint strong. What they do, make them hungry. What they do, they want to eat more. When they eat more, they exercise more, they're gonna grow better, right? Koi doesn't have a stomach. You don't feed them too much one time. You see a lot of cute. As trained as a judge, we never time out fish. We never say they're ugly. We say they're cute. We never say they're deformed. We say unique. So when you hear me say that, please forgive me. Because some fish eat too much. It's kind of like a guppy, big stomach, and the body like a banana, because the stomach is so heavy. You can correct that by changing different kind of food. Think about if you feed floating food, all the food on the surface, what the fish does. But if it's sinking food, what they do? Changing food, let it get the stomach tucked in. When they start tucking, the shoulder humps show up, make it more powerful. Okay? So both structure important. When you small, you find a fish with a little triangle skinny head. You feed it a lot, they grow a lot. Kind of like a bodybuilder. Full of muscle, little head. Can't help, right? Your head don't grow, right? No muscle in the head. So when you select fish, like I said, when they're young, find a bigger head versus triangle. Find a bigger head. The cheek a little longer and bigger mouth. So when they get bigger, they look powerful. Last time we judging the show in the other dealer, they have one fish coming. It's called Concho or Chiba. It's a still gray body fish with a brown concho. Very unique, very, very hard to find. My whole life, probably less than 20 years. But body very fat. Look funny, so look, small head and big body. Right? But the competition wasn't too tough, so I suggested that would be the first weight. And one judge said, that fish, look at the body, totally ruined. But so rare. And other fish, if it's other fish stronger, we knock it down. But it will look similar. But it's so rare, so hard to find, we give it to you. So I went home, I took a picture from old Japan show the same year. The runner-up grand champion, the best jumbo fish, same. Right? So, but that fish, after talk to the owner, you need to give a stronger current and let it grow. Once it grows, scratch it out. Look really good. Second year, come to the same show, same judge. Wow, look at this fish. It was your last year, you was bad mouthed, remember? Yeah. So you can correct it by changing different kind of feeding habits. How many times you should feed your fish? Myself, I have a 4 tank in the house. Each one is 6 by 8 by 4 pp. Bottom drain, 4 bottom drain, but same amount of piping. Ideally, same equal suction to the settling tank. Go to mechanical biological coming back. If you really want to picky, the first tank to last tank have 15 feet difference in the pipe. If that will do any kind of filtration, which they will, a little bit. That's the only difference. Other than that, all the same. So we feed 4 different kind of koi food. I want to know what food first. I use American food, Japanese food, Taiwanese food, and German food. Tetra, I don't know what they use now. But tetra is very weird. They're like a little stick floating. So by body weight, I don't know how to calculate. So I called it. That's just feed them whatever they will eat. It didn't work. So anyway, so come down. Hikari and Taiwanese Haipan set. Price pack. Hikari is connection. Taiwan is little food. But because it's a small factory, fresh. You put in order, they make the food, they ship over themselves. So make it fresh.
Which one's that one?
Haipan. I think they can sell Haipan. Nobody knows because it's a small company. But at this point, myself, I use Hikari, Saki Hikari. They are very, very nice. Hikari have their own laboratory. They check their ingredients. So every time because the ingredients they buy different types from different suppliers. They check. They want to make sure to their standard. So every batch coming, they check. They want to make sure up to their standard. So they are the very best. Hikari, Saki Hikari. But they're high cost. They're pretty high cost. I think it's 22 pounds, like $300.
Yeah, 350. Sinking's like $530 per bag.
Right now, coming even better one. Sakai. You know Sakai farm, right? From Hiroshima. He produced most old Japan Grand Champion or local district Grand Champion. Sakai farm, Hikari's are all OEM. Make for them with their ingredients. They start selling their for N20, I think. It's the very best because they use their experience adding more than Hikari has. I don't think that I try to tell Sean, try to get a distributorship in U.S. because you'll be the only one. Like, what? But anyway, kind of like if I have 100 fish, I feel high pay.
Yeah.
If I have a 50 fish, I think maybe he covers. But I have a 25 fish in 20. Yeah, that's another thing. Have a less fish, less problem, you have better food. And then they broke. It's all related. Yeah. Current. You want to have a 24-hour current? Maybe not. The reason is they need to rest. They can nighttime cable swim and try to keep balance. Otherwise, they're like a whirlpool swim around. Right? So put on a timer, separate pump, just for the jet. 2 hours up, half hour off, whatever you do. My deal is from 6 to 6. Run.
12 hours on, 12 hours off?
Because my biggest pond is 25,000 gallons, is 32 feet long. If I throw full on the very end, in 45 seconds come around.
Wow.
You have to swing. I don't want to see big belly fish. I want to see a strong tail joint. Right? If you look a lot of pictures, the fish look very beautiful and then shrink back like a top. No meat. Because they swim more, they're hungry, they eat more. But you don't feed them. Okay, now come to the second test. I use the same amount of food, same amount of fish, and I feed them 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, 12 times. Same amount of food, same amount of fish. 3 times. Fish is lazy. Because my attention pond only 6 by 8. They're lazy. They eat. And then sometimes they don't even finish. Most of the time they don't even finish. But they're lazy. You go to there, they relax. They know you're going to feed me all the way, you're going to walk away, I can continue eating in the peace. 6 times more aggressive. They see you coming to come. 9 times, 12 times even worse. Crazy. Because they feed less each time.
Oh, I see.
Right? Because same amount of food. I just divide 3, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah.
5 months later, do the calculation. In the first pond, water quality is the worst. They eat, they poop, they don't move. So water worse, fish look strong, close to the back. 6 times very beautiful. Everything you're looking for there. 9 times, it look kind of like more muscular. You can see that fish strong. They swim that tail, you can see the water swim. 12 times, little skinny side, but they're longer. So when we do the individual fish measurement, 12 times, 9 times very close. All the 15 fish, total interest value about 3 inches, 2.5 inches difference out of 15 fish. But 6 times, 9 times, go to show you need the 6 times to grow using 9 times because the growth is a little bit. So we decided, I would suggest customer, regular customer, minimum 6 times, ideally 10 to 12 times. We all work, we're not home, how are we gonna do that? Automate feeding. That's the best. We humans have a soft heart. You feed them, you still hungry? Little more? That's no good. They eat too much one time, they last next. Machine have a cold heart, they don't care. And you put me in 45 seconds, that's a 45 seconds. But you gotta adjust every 10 days. They grow crazy. I have a 1 small pond, lily pond, 890 gallons. It's a 4 feet by 4 feet by 10 feet per. 12-inch deep, 220 pounds. It was my lily pond. People say, Andy, creepy. I said, you know, your pond big, that's when your fish grow fast. Is that right? If I have a German Shepherd live in an apartment, my Shepherd will turn out to be Chihuahua. Doesn't make sense, right? That's okay. So I clean all the lily pie, everything, clean the pond. And then I figured how to make this shut up once for all, right? I have 890 gallons, I put 45 fish. 20 gallons per fish. 5-inch fish. What's the 5-inch? If you grab it, it's a little tail. No, it's not the 5-inch. So I got 5 of each variety. Because you know Chagoi all gonna go faster than 12 or something. So I got all different 9 varieties and 5 each.
All female?
No.
Oh, they
baby fish came in.
Okay.
I just want to show different variety the difference, right? Only thing is this pond is from main pond goes to little stream and flow. Sometimes food didn't finish from main pond will come. Well, I don't care. I set it out at 3.5% body weight. That time I have a little baby, so I have to release it. I throw it every hour, you know, Spanish channel on the hour they change program. So every hour when they change program, you want to feed it. I put a little cup. Every hour put one cup. And then time changer, I use a bigger cup. But anyway, make a long story short, in 5 months, average 5 inch times 45 feet. Overall 14.01. Grow 9.1 inch. 45, 20 gallons per feet. The biggest one by all surprise is sunken, 18 and 3/4 inch. So size of pond does not matter, it's a filter and food. Because that pond goes to the main stream, main pond goes to a little stream comes in. So after food comes, I didn't count that pond. But because it's a one direction flow and pretty fast. So the main pond is 5,500 gallons. So that means the 5,000 some gallon of water gonna go to the 900 gallons every hour. So you have to bring enough filter, you feed enough food, they're gonna go. Smaller, I'm sure if I have a bigger pond, deeper pond, maybe they go better. But at this point I can say, I go 9.01 inch in 5 months, all of that, 20 gallons per fish. So now everybody stop. Now so want to learn what I do different. Okay. Another thing is sunlight. People say sunlight fish are faded, changing color, all this. Anything with a metallic, organ, planet, or the kikoku, anything with metallic. You want to have more sun. I get that it draws something from the sunlight, made it shiny. I'm not quite sure. Anything with a co-op something, you want to have a hard shade. You cannot be full sun 12 hours a day in the sun. That's too much. Okay, so the best in the morning sun all the way to say 2 o'clock, some kind of tree sun provide a shade. Or you put a shade cloth. But if no sun, fish don't look good. Trust me, fish don't look good. They're not shiny. Okay, that's the sunlight. Fresh water change. How much water you need to change? Or you need to add. Professional in Japan, because they use well water, they 24 hours have a new water comes in, right? Small amount. And some breeder doesn't have a filter, they use a flow through, so bigger amount. Myself, I have a garden, say 5,000, a little bigger than this pump. I have a garden hose, live on top of waterfall, like a one continuous stream. Not like a drop, like a continuous stream as small as you can, 24/7, let it go entire summer.
Do you have an idea like how much percentage that is?
We try to do 5%.
5% a day.
5%. Right? Because when I retire, I do gardening. Perfect. I get a lot of water. I got a lot of water. Called the fish water. Perfect. But if you don't, somehow plumb into some kind of storage tank and use that to water your lawn, your plants, or you can put in a drip system, just let it overflow, continue going. So you recycle your water. You don't get penalty out of it. Right? So that's important. Now, how many fish per pond that starting with? Because your filter have a limitation. If you buy some kind of ready-made filter, they tell this will do 5,000 gallons, I tell you it will do 1,000. More realistic. How can you little size like a 2 feet by 18 inch, they can do 5,000? Really? Why Japanese use a size like the entire bathroom size of 2-1 filter, right? So, multiple is better than one. Kind of like a jet. 4 engine, 2 engine, 1 engine. 1 engine, if it fails, bye-bye. If a 2 engine, you have a chance to land, right? So, if you have a 2 system, use a 2 system. But talk about electrical. If you want short everybody, it doesn't make sense. So the day when you pull the wire from the panel, do 3 set of wire from 3 breakers. You break 1, you don't break all 3. Air, you have air pump always on a separate line. I don't care your pump fail, your filter fail, at least you got oxygen. Your fish will survive till the next morning you found it. And then the refill water. If you have such a small amount, doesn't matter. But when you're changing water, it's dangerous. It's dangerous to just drain half the pond with the hose coming half. At least you can do to put on top of waterfall. At least you can put on a kind of shower head and then shoot in the air and dry. Save it. Never direct fill the hose. I can put decoy first, and yeah, but when you water shoot, the decoy is that way. But fresh water coming, there's no decoy. Koi, like carp go upstream, right? That's a made first, whatever Japanese the boys say they use a koi flat. They want boy go upstream. So now the water come, different temperature, different chemistry, fish gonna come in basket. When you keep on breeding it, they might get hungry. So never have a direct kill. Right? And then the sewer water, or bottom of your filter. If you can drain every day for 5 seconds, do 5 seconds. Anybody use a pressure filter like a sand filter, hydrogen sand filter? You backwash every day. If you don't, they're gonna clog, and water gonna find the easiest path, right? So say you have a sand filter, 24-inch diameter, like an A shape. So why this part 24 inch? Where the water gonna go? The center part. Water not gonna go the side way go up unless totally no blockage. So backwash it. So that way, yes, every time you backwash you lose something, but doesn't matter. If every day the same, you go to count out now. Okay. Now, fish handling. A lot of people, most likely, I have to say this, my wife is not interested in fish. When I need to catch fish, I catch the fish. She don't help, right? But when one person try to catch fish in smaller ponds, it's not hard, but try the bigger ponds, it's a little harder. Find a neighbor's kid, your friend, somebody to help you. Least stress possible. You don't want a fish stress and run into the rock or jump out of the pond, now what? You lose the whole purpose of keeping it going, right? Or make a seam net. 2 pieces of steak with a long net. Put them into the smaller corner. And put it in. Now that instead of this big, now they're in little corner. Now I can easily catch. You never catch a fish and lift the fish and put in your top. You tip your top on the side, put your fish in, and crack the pot. And then when fish head towards you, you drain the water. You want a fish barely cover his back, so he can investigate. Now, fish help. Animals the same. When they're happy, they eat. They don't eat them, they're not happy, something wrong. So when you go to the pond, you feed the fish, everybody should come. If the one don't come, remember that fish. Let everybody finish eating and check that fish. Something wrong. Maybe you have an ankle worm, life, maybe you have a problem. You gotta treat fast. A lot of times the disease is simple and easy. You wait longer, not everybody gets it. Now the big disaster. Now go to intermediate. If you only have one pond, what you do with the sick fish? You have to treat the whole pond. Yeah? When you treat the whole pond, you might damage your filter. When you damage your filter, your feeding had to be decreased, try to compensate. Or maybe you have a quarantine pond, 500 gallon with a 255 gallon drum filter, some kind of submersible pond, maybe not. And this pond will be same as you buy a new fish. When you bought a new fish home, you put it in the pond. That's a big risk. That's a big risk, right? So I have a quarantine pond, say 500 gallon. And then before I go buy fish, that's the same pond water going to here. And then my fish coming here, I use a salt treatment, I use a whatever treatment. And then after 1 week, 2 or 3 week treatment, water goes out, pond water comes in. When we do the treatment, basically we will clear whatever possible that fish bring in. But we also want that fish to get used to what you have. There's no 100% pure pond. Every pond is a type of bacteria, parasites, whatever. But your fish get used to it, so nothing bothers you. But a new fish coming, he's gonna react. He's gonna scratch on the rock, maybe get dead. So you not only want to clean up whatever he might bring in, you also want he get used to what the pond fish have, and then you release that. Because he's a same pond water. Now it's safe transaction. And sometimes I heard people say, hey, I bought fish from you, man, and your fish is terrible. You know? Come to my house and then first one gets sick. Okay? Maybe you have 5 bacteria in the water. You have 7. But extra 7 attacking my fish. But when I heard other way, I kind of feel bad. So, hey, your fish coming, and all my fish say your fish okay. Oh my God. Maybe I have a 5, you have a 3. The 2 extra I brought in damage your fish. That's why you do the safe house. Kill whatever new fish come, might bring in, and let new fish get used to what old fish have, and then mix. That's a safe way. Yeah, like I said, if you want a healthy fish, you don't want to buy a fish, go home and get sick and down the way. I went to Taiwan, long time when I first had fish, maybe 5 years, and then the older gentleman teach me fishing. Hey, I want to introduce you the most expensive cherry tree in Taiwan. Really? Wow. So I go look at the tree, look beautiful. Not a fall season, but strong the whole night. I said, wow, what makes it most expensive? It's about 20 million Taiwan dollars worth of fish died and buried as a fertilizer. Because the owner rich, he goes to Japan buy fish, bring it home and put it in. Water temperature maybe can adjust. Water hardness, softness cannot pH different. Right? All different. He's been told, oh, this sick diet.
Yeah. Bummer. How long is quarantine for you?
For my house, 2 months.
Okay.
For my shop, 40 days.
Got it.
Because in the shop, we use a show tank. I can treat 100%. If I don't like the water, I can do 95% water change. Oh, how about when KHV started that time, we're so worried, right? I have each tank own filter system for all the quarantine for different breeder. And there's a breeder fish come in, everything look normal. But the day they come, the next day the vet come and take blood sample for the KHV test. That fish possible was KHV. 3 fish, 1 have a 2 don't. Wait a minute. They come in the same bag in the airplane for 20 hours, and they come into the same tank. What do you mean? 2 don't, 1 have. They should all have by that time, right? As much as we understand KG, 1 have, everybody have. Okay, do it again. This time 2 have, 1 don't. Oh my God. But fish don't show any sign of a sickness. They're eating like crazy like everybody else. So I took, because there is a Gosanke, Kawakusanke show, so I took an organ. So that I can tell which one's the one I introduce a new fish. So I took it to me an organ, throw them in there. And then before the in there, the organ also takes blood test, negative. So now there are 3 organs in there with the 60 Gosanke in the same tank. And then after 3 weeks, we took samples. All the organs, all 3 negative. Didn't get contaminated. Interesting. Out of the 6 Gosanke we took sample, 2 positive. Wait a minute, what's going on, right? So we do every month, and fish continue to grow. The 800 gallon will become very, very crowded with the 60 something, very crowded. So they come in like 6 to 8 inch, and exactly 1 year later, when we ready to import new fish come, that fish is about 14 inch. My wife asked me, "No, what you want to do?" Right? We do 1 more test. Still, I want at least 3 tests tell me 100% negative. No, the last 3 always the 1 or 2. So they asked me, "What, Andy? I don't think they have it. Maybe just false reading because certain things they carry." I said, "What can I do? I cannot tell myself, oh yeah, that's false reading. Now go home kill people's pond."
Yeah.
No way. So I tell my one worker come in late that morning, for 45 minutes late, right? "Oh, I got a good job for you. Go dig a hole for me in the bag." I had to physically bury all the things.
I'm sorry, cherry tree?
I should. But it could catch cherry.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we had to sacrifice the whole thing. I feel bad. I was going to try like a motherfucker. I just hate it. I have to kill something, right? But in my good country, I know they might carry. Maybe they're not, but they might. Because they might, I couldn't solve.
Yeah.
Have to open them. So entire system we use a bleach. 800 gallon we use a 3 gallon bleach. It was so much bubble come out.
Oh man.
But we separated it in the bar bag. So after the whole week, right? So we wash down everything, clean everything, and then the filter materials throw away, put it. So we have 6 55 gallon drums, 2 stack. All the piping, throw away, put a new one. And then we stew it outside. We use a different fish and say, okay, that's system okay. So, find a healthy fish and go home with less fun. Any question? Any question?
Awesome. Thank you.
You good?
Yeah, great job.
Thank
Thank you so much.